Castro. We here right now with Bad Boy's very own Jack Knight.
What's up?
You know, we're gonna sit down with him just a little bit. We're gonna go over a few things. You know, get a little bit more familiar with what's going on with him, his production, his background. So, Jack, what's going on with you, baby?
Feeling good, man. It's here, you know, on the Lower East Side.
Absolutely.
Just doing what I do, you know.
No doubt. Okay, so we in the studio right now. What are we working on? I know it's I heard some crazy records in the background, and I know something's being blown up right now.
Right now, you know, I'm in the process of just kind of a creative process.
Okay.
Some of my songs may end up on artists that I'm developing. And some of the songs may go to other artists that's out.
Right.
When I'm making records, I just focus on creating, and whoever it ends up, it ends up.
Absolutely,
you know
absolutely. Can you give us a little bit of background for those that don't know of your production history, or people that don't know anything about the stuff that you put your own imprint on?
Well, I've been in the business now for about, close to 15 years professionally. And
that's a run.
You know, my first running with music, when something actually happened professionally for me was with Rev Run.
Okay.
On Def Jam.
Shout out to Rev.
Yeah, shout out to Rev. That's when I was about maybe early 20s.
Okay.
And then I really got a nice run when I signed up with Bad Boy. This was late 1997.
Wow. You've been a Bad Boy member for a minute.
Because Big had just passed the spring '97. I came in the fall. So yeah.
So Bad Boy, obviously with a harsh departure of Big, how was that transition going from that version of Bad Boy at the height that they were, especially in '97, '98, '96 when they had the Mace, Puff was crazy hot at the time. Big's album, the Life After Death, everything was on fire. How was that transition going from that to also sustaining the other hits that had to keep coming out of the Bad Boy family?
I think that emotionally coming in at that time, you can feel the emotions were pretty rough. Right. Big had just passed.
Right.
But I think creatively and musically, I think Big's passing injected a new energy into the company. So the Biggie Duets album gave me an opportunity to work with Big, not with this, because I was responsible for writing all the hooks.
Right.
So Akon had to sing a hook, this was a single, so I had to write.
Big.
So I had to find a way to translate his raps they took and kind of fast forward them to where we was at the time. Can
you kind of enlighten us on some of the records that you have blessed, other records that you've been a part of that might be more notable that we know about in the industry?
Well, from like late 90s, I did Carl Thomas and Faith, Emotional, part 2, Total, Sitting Home, Waiting for You, Usher and Diddy's I Need a Girl, part 1.
Wow.
Last Night with Diddy and Keisha Cole, I wrote that for them to do what they did together. Christina Aguilera, Tell Me, with her and Diddy. And
this man's scorching hot right here.
And I co-wrote Missy and Little Kim and Keisha Cole, Let It Go, Keisha Cole.
Nice.
Right now, I have my own company. Me and Puff still talk a lot. We doing some things together, but I have my own company. I'm developing my own talent.
Right.
And I'm just trying to take that same Bad Boy design, that same chemistry and the factory, how we made records.
I mean, you heard it here first. He said that him, Puff, the whole Bad Boy family, they're bringing that element right back to music as it should be. So look forward to that, I'm sure.
Yes.
And speaking of which, that kind of leads me into asking, what else is to come? Like, what's going on? You know, we know Puff has made the move over to Interscope, and there's this new regime of artists and talent. What's going on with the new movement right now with Bad Boy and the new sound?
Well, it looks like it's all new energy. It's all new energy, all new birth, new artists, new fresh artists. And Puff, as he said to everybody else, not only to me, but he's looking for new talent, looking for new people to sign, new producers, new writers, new everything. You know what I'm saying? Starting fresh. And I spoke with him, I think a day or two before he made his BET appearance, talking about all up and coming projects. And, I told him, let's do it again. Sometimes you gotta take a break.
Yeah.
Sometimes to be creative, sometimes you gotta take a break from creativity and become more creative. And just how to deal socially and emotionally. You know what I'm saying? So that company for me is real special because it combines everything I learned from Diddy, but it also adds in different things which help the whole person.
Kind of your own tailor-made element that you put in towards.
Yeah, definitely. It's the stuff that's needed because a lot of record labels throughout the years, since we've been younger and since now, they're not sustainable. They're not sustainable models.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because You have a star, but then you have a star that's hooked on drugs. You have a star, but then a star commits suicide. You have a star, but then the star's broke. So we want to create stars that are more sustainable. We want to try to create a company that cares about the whole person, and that's one of my goals.
No doubt. Well, listen, we definitely appreciate your time. I want to go in a little bit more with you. Maybe we can follow up on some other things you got going
Definitely,
on.
man, definitely.
We'd like to check you out in the studio, see how you work a little bit, give something else for the viewers.
Anytime.
That's a beautiful thing. So this is my man, Jack Knight, Bad Boys Finest. U-starTV. Go check it out.